Welcome students, welcome to our e-learning class. And today in this class we are going to discuss another chapter from your geography book, and it is the chapter number 3, and the name of the chapter is Motions of the Earth. So you know that Earth moves on its axis and as well as it moves around the sun in an elongated path. So when Earth moves on its axis, it is called the rotation. So look at this picture. Suppose it is the Earth and this is the two axes. It is the axis and the 2 points of the axis, and this axis slanted in, if we draw a line in the middle of the earth, then it creates 66.5 degree angle. Okay, and earth rotates on its axis from west to east, and it take 24 hours to complete one spin, and this movement of earth is called the rotation. Now when earth moves on its axis and it is slanted in 66.5 degree angle, create a 66.5 degree angle with its orbital plane. So what is orbital plane? You have to know first that the plane created by the plane that was in the middle of the earth, and it is creates a 66 degree angle, so that plane is called the orbital plane. So it is present in your book in figure number 3.1. okay, and the plane formed by the orbit, it is known as the orbital plane. Now we are going to discuss that what is circle of illumination. That the earth, you know that earth receives light from the sun, and due to the spherical shape of the earth, only half of the earth gets light and the rest of the part was experienced completely dark, and it is called night. So if we draw the picture, okay, and I am also drawing the equator. It is equator, okay, and these are the poles, north pole, south pole. Okay, so when earth rotates, only one part in the 12 hours got the light, sunlight, this portion, and this portion is became the dark. Okay, so the lightened part here and the rest of the part is completely dark, and it happened for 12 hours. 12 hours sunlight was fallen on that side, in the front side, and again when earth completes one spin, and the next, and again the rest of the portion got lightened. These things happen, and 12 hours the rest of the portion also, they was totally opposite from the sunlight, so that's why they faced completely darkness. So in this way 12 plus 12 is total 24 hours. So earth take complete to complete its spin in 24 hours, and that's why it is called one earth day. Okay, so 24 hours to complete the rotation around the axis. The period of the rotation is known as the one earth day, and this is the daily motion of the earth. So in this process continuous, and it earth rotates from west to east. Okay, now what would happen if the earth did not rotate? Can you imagine what would happen? That the rotation of the earth facing the sun would always experience day, this side always experience day, and the other side always experience darkness, and thus bringing continuous warmth to the region, which region was in front of the sun always get the sunlight and become very much hot, and the rest of the portion, which is the opposite side, became very much dark and freezing cold because of the absence of sunlight and heat. And these conditions not favorable for the emergence of light. So if these things would happen, then life would not have been possible in such extreme conditions, and Earth became a dead planet, a planet without life, like the rest of the planet in our solar system, such as the Mars, the Jupiter, the Neptune, etc. Now we are going to discuss the second motion, and the second motion of the Earth, it is revolution. So what is revolution? So this is the sun in the middle of the solar system, and Earth and all the planets, they rotates around it in an elongated path. Okay, this is the two axis. So this movement of Earth is called a revolution, and Earth takes 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution around the sun. And what happened to the 6 hours? We know that we count 365 days in every year for our convenience. So what happened to the rest of the 6 hours? This 6 hours is added with another year after 4 years, and this surplus day was added on with the last of February, and thus every 4th year February is of 29 days instead of 28 days, and such a year with 366 days called a leap year. Okay, so 6 into 4, it is 24 hours. So 24 hours means 1 day, and that 1 day is added with the another year after 4 years, such as 2020 is a leap year. So that is leap year. Now what are the effect of this revolution? That the change of season also occurred due to the revolution of our Earth, and it is clear that the earth is going around the sun in an elliptical orbit, and because of this elliptical orbit the season changes, because the orbit is not the same in everywhere. In some place the orbit is more closer to towards the sun, and some places it is far from the sun, very far from the sun. That's why when it is very close to the sun, earth is very close to the sun, it's the summer season occurs, and when it is very far from the sun, then winter occurs. And in a year usually divided into 4 seasons: summer, winter, spring and autumn. And season changes due to the change in position of the earth around the sun. So different positions when earth situated, when different seasons occur. So that's all from today's class. I hope you have understood these things. Next class we are going to discuss the summer solstice, winter solstice and equinox. Thank you for watching.